Good morning. Happy Sunday. Happy Mother's Day, everybody. How is everybody today? Sorry. How is everyone? I just don't have enough light. There we go. That's a little bit better. Looky, I've got on my Precious Yarnery shirt today. Got my Precious Yarnery shirt. I found it in my pile of t-shirts this morning, so I thought I'd throw that on. How is everybody? How's everybody today? Make sure I've got my sound down over here. Oh, I am exhausted. Such a good day yesterday. I hope everybody is having a wonderful day. I hope everybody's having a wonderful Mother's Day. It's still super early here. It's 8 o'clock. Good morning, Miss Paula. Hello, Miss Dana. Hi, Shatika. Shatika was early bird today. I hope she's still here. Miss Paula, I've been seeing you all over the place. Miss Dana is in Flagstaff. She will be probably popping out. I know she's got church this morning, and I know some of you will be busy doing things with family and friends, and that's just wonderful. That's what today is all about. And so we may or may not sorry. Always the things, right? Always the things. Let me see here. Yeah, I was going to say we may or may not have Miss Cheryl this morning. I did not talk to her. Did I talk to her last night? Oh, yesterday. I talked to her Friday night. I don't always anticipate having her on in the morning shows because it's, 2 a.m. for her. So that's why we set up our make along with her on Sunday evening. I was just going to look and see. I did set up. Yeah, it's 1 a.m. for her right now. I set up my world clock. I set up what time it is for her, so I know. So if she pops in, that's fine. If she does not, that's just fine too. Oh, wow. So we did, let me move from one pile to another. I got my block finished. And I have to say, I'm very proud of myself. I did not get, I haven't even taken it off of my knitting needle yet. Let me put a pin on it. Oh, good. I'm so happy, Paula. There is an updated version of the pattern floating around in all the places. It's not a correction per se, because there wasn't any errors in it. It's just we made the notes a little more clarifying. I think the notes make things a little more clear. Just make things a little more easy to understand. I'm glad you're enjoying it, though. I sure did. And then yesterday, I get the 3,000 emails every day. And yesterday, somebody put out a shawl pattern, and she called it an Irish shawl pattern. And I'm like, oh. And then I looked at it, and it wasn't anything like mine. So I was fine. I felt fine with it. I'm looking for my tape measure. And she was charging $5 for hers. And I think mine is prettier, actually. And we were talking about how somebody can charge. And honestly, it's just the Irish stitch. So her entire shawl is just the Irish stitch. And we were wondering how somebody could justify charging $5 to say, okay, make a shawl this size out of this stitch. Give me $5. But you do what you got to do. Okay. So this week we did, okay. Ready? Wait. This week on our Anthology Blanket, we did the Garter stripe square. And it was basically a 10 row repeat. That doesn't look quite right, but I followed the instructions. Anyway. Hello, Miss Karen. Oh, good. Good. I'm so glad you got it. Always scares me when I put something in the mail. It scares me. I do need to tell you something though, Karen. I figured something out after the fact. Okay. So here is my square. I have not done the crochet around the edges yet because I just barely finished this thing. But here's my square. I love it. And guess what, you guys? I did not make any mistakes. I looked and I looked and I looked, except maybe right there. There might be one right there. Is that the cast off? That's the bind off. That doesn't count. That doesn't count. Look, no mistakes in the whole thing. Now, granted, this is a pretty darn easy square. At this point in time, if I can't do rows of knits and purls without making a mistake, I better give it up, right? Because that's all this was, rows of knits and purls. But that's it. There she is. No mistakes. And of course, the back is just solid. So I'll get the borders done on this. But yeah, she's done. She's done. And she looks okay. I would get tired of this real fast because, oh my gosh, all those rows of purls. That's a lot of purls. That's a lot of purls. Even though it looks like knits, all these are rows of purls, huh? And I sent a picture of it to Miss Cheryl, and she said that my tension is looking really, really nice. And you guys remember when I started last year, my tension was so tight I could barely get the needles in there. And now that's not a problem anymore. I'm just flying. So my stitching has eased up and it's getting much, much better. That is going much better. So that's definitely not a problem anymore. So I can take I always put, let me tell you guys a couple of things here. I always put a stitch minder on the front so I know the difference between the front and the back when I'm working on these things. And that's where I use my pretty ones. Because they're usually bigger and bulkier and they're not going to slip through from the front to the back. So that's where I use my big pretty ones. And I like a lobster claw stitch marker. But I'll tell you guys, when I make my stitch markers, if you ever buy a stitch marker from me, do you see how small this is? Do you see how small that lobster claw is? I make mine much bigger so you can get a hold of that thing, because I can barely get a hold of this one and open it. And to get that onto a stitch is really difficult. So if you ever buy one of my stitch markers, it's going to be much bigger so you can get a hold of it for one thing. And so you can actually get it onto a stitch. So just so you know, this one was a gift and I really like it. It's a note. It's a musical note and I really do like it. But I'm probably going to switch that lobster claw off of there because it's too small. It's too small to be usable for me. But I do like it and I do use it. But anywho, so if you ever order or receive a stitch marker from me, it's going to have a much, much bigger lobster claw on the end of it. And I find that most people, that's the one thing they don't like about lobster claws is they're too small. So I always go out of my way to get bigger ones. Okay. So this is this week's block. And it turned out to be just about a real solid 6 inches. So I'm gonna, this one, because I think because it's not a rib, it's not sucking in on the edges real good, or real bad, I guess is really the word. Really happy with that one. So now next week, I wanted to show you, what's going on with my needles, my knitting needles. I am wearing these out. Isn't this funny? Because you guys know I haven't knit that much. But look at the, you can see on there how it's worn. There, you can see the blue is wearing off. And I can feel it while I'm knitting. It bothers me. You can't really feel it when you just touch it. You wouldn't think it's a deal, but I notice it when I'm knitting. So I'm going to see if and I know came from a set of interchangeable needles. So I'm sure I can just replace that one because it's just the one. Well, I guess it's just the one. In fact, I might contact them because it's from Knit Picks, but it's just the one needle and it's both sides of the one needle. And if it were both needles, you would think that's because you're going to work with both of them. Maybe not. I don't know. I'm going to contact them. But I should be able to get a replacement tip without any problem. But that bothers me. It bothers me when I'm working with it. And I didn't think it would. I didn't think it would bother me at all. Okay, Karen, I want to tell you something. So you bought from me one of these things. One of these hangy things, right? And I was using a certain one. And then they had a little nicer ones. And the little nicer one has a cutout design. And I've been using it, and I'm pretty sure I sent you the little nicer one with the cutout design. And I don't like the cutout design as well, even though these are supposed to be a nicer one. So do this. When you're using these, I thought you would want the design up so you could see the design. Don't do that. Take this. Okay, we're back. Take this and put it so the design is down because my yarn was catching on this. Okay. So put it so the design is down and then this part is flat. And then your yarn won't catch on that while you're using it. And then you can see the design on the bottom. You can thank Mister for that because I was complaining about my yarn catching on it. He said, turn the thing over. Oh. Okay. So, but I'm working on another one, another style, and we'll see if I like that one better. Everything's always a work in progress. But if you flip that over, that won't be a problem. So should be fine. And once I flipped it over, it wasn't a problem at all anymore. See, I try to do things, try to get you a little better one, higher quality. And yeah, so yep, I'll tell Karen you say thank you. All right. Next week, we're working on the purled ladder square, which sounds like we're going to be doing a lot more pearls again. Boy, they are really pushing us, aren't they? Mine's going to be red. That'll be pretty. And we're doing 8 rows and then repeating them until it's square. I wonder what it looks like. I don't print out my pictures every week because, pictures. And let's see what it looks like. Let's see what it looks like. Let's see what it looks like. Anthology. Description.
Here.
Nope, that's not what I want.
There's your flowers.
All right, where is it? I know it's in here. There it is. There it is. Hello, Mishi. Oh, no. Oh, you lost your Happy Mail. Now you found it. Okay, let's see. Well, I'm so sorry that you got a flat tire. I know that's no fun. Okay, so we're doing the purled ladder square next week. Oh, that looks interesting. Oh, that's kind of neat. Oh, I think we're going to have to pay attention on this one. So this is what it looks like. So we got a lot of little up and downs and rounds, and we're going to have to make sure. I bet you there's some counting. So the Happy Mail was in your trunk, huh? I've had that happen.
For how long?
I have had that happen. Things get put in the wrong, or it slips down somewhere. Yeah.
Go feed your chickens.
I've had that happen. Okay. And mine is going to be red. And we're starting out with, we're casting on 30 next week. Okay. Well, Mishi, I can't even remember what I sent to you. So we're both even. It'll be a surprise for everybody. Be a surprise for everybody. Purled ladder square. So, all right. So that's going to be good. Well, we had a very, very, very busy week. Oh, nice. Yeah, and you found some yarn in there too. Nice. That was a nice happy incident. Well, not everything except for, of course, the flat tire. Yeah, we've had a rough week around here. Poor Miss Morgan. She had her car stolen last week. So it wasn't good. In fact, because of that, I am not going to be able to do, a lot of times after we do this, then we have our second live. I can't do that today because we're sharing a vehicle. And yesterday I had a craft show, and it went very well. The craft show went really well, but I unloaded, the craft show, the craft fair. And so everything is in the back of my car. So when we're done with this, I have to unload my car and go through everything and break everything down, because I don't have another craft fair until October. And hang on, I'll address that, Karen. Hi, Dawn. And so I'm going to go through everything and sort it out. All of the tablecloths need to be washed, and I need to go through everything and sort it out. And I had sorted it out before, but I noticed yesterday that quite a bit of the stuff that I hauled with me, I didn't use, because it's getting simpler and simpler, the things that I'm taking. So, because I'm not taking any of the crochet stuff anymore, it's just earrings. It is just earrings. Now, with setting up the stuff at the shop, I may leave some of the crochet things there for sale, because we are going to have a home goods section, and that the crochet things, the chickens and things like that, are things that people would definitely look at. So I definitely will have a section there of that kind of stuff. You never know. You just never know what might catch people's eye. So I'm going to have a section like that set up there at the store. So things that I was hauling back and forth with me to craft fairs, I will set up at the shop. Yesterday went really well. It was a different kind of a show. It was supposed to be a plant sale, and it was. Oh, there were so many things like that, plant type stuff. People came from all around. Hello, Miss Janice. But and it's a one-day show, and they have many thousands of people come to that show. But and it was beautiful weather. It was like 80 degrees, 85 degrees, something like that. It was gorgeous. We were inside. We had an inside spot. It was wonderful. We had great amount of traffic. And I gave out about probably 300 or 400 business cards for the shop. So that was good. So I feel like we had real good, I can't think of the word, exposure for the shop. So that was nice. And that was something that I really had wanted to do, get some foot traffic in there. So, because, it's hard. It's hard to get the word out. And I did tell people, give me a couple of weeks, because we're still not ready to go in there. It's getting the setup. I just can't get that figured out. So we're working on that. I'm still trying to get stock in, and it's hard to do. It's hard to figure out exactly what to have because there's so many things and you can't have it all. And it's hard to figure out what is the best thing to bring in. I don't know. I'm working on it slowly but surely. Bingo. I am going to start bingo up. I keep saying that, don't I? I keep going just a couple more weeks. And part of it is because of all of this. I needed to get through this weekend with this event because I knew this was going to be a huge one. I need to get stock into the store. So I have stuff. It's not going to be much longer. It really is not. It's going to be pretty quick. I am probably not going to do it every week. I'm looking at every other week or twice a month. And I know that sounds like the same thing, but it is not. I can't decide which will be less confusing for people. Every other week seems easier. Which do you guys think is easier, every other week or twice a month? Like, first and third Monday, something like that. Or just every other week. What do you guys think? Give me your opinion. I need to know.
Inquiring minds.
Just a straight every other week. I'm leaning towards that. I think that's easier for everybody, just every other week. Yeah. I am leaning towards that. That would be, and it's still not set in stone, but that's probably what it's going to be. We're getting very, very close. We are getting very, very close. So thank you so much, Miss Dana. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm thinking, I also think, remember numbers. Don't have to remember numbers. Yeah. Don't have to remember dates and is it this week? Is it what? Yeah. Every other week is typically easier for most everybody too. And then so most likely it's going to be like that. We have the only thing I was thinking is sometimes that lands on a holiday, but honestly, it is surprising how few times a holiday has ended up being an issue. Over the amount of time, the amount of time we have done this. It really has not been a problem most of the time. My vacation schedule has been more of a problem than anything else. in my work schedule. Yeah, my work schedule has been more of a problem than anything. And actually that then will help with my work schedule too, because she's always wanting me to work on Monday nights. So that'll help with that too. That'll give me more Monday nights to work with her at the college. And I was just going to say, I cannot remember. I am so tired, you guys. I cannot even tell you how tired I am. It was the last 2 days have been very, very long days. The craft fair being one day, you do a lot. We set up on Friday. Thankfully, we had most of Friday to set up, but for some reason, Thursday night, Friday morning, I didn't sleep, and I'm sure I was just thinking of everything. So I woke up at 2 a.m. That was fun. So we were there at 2 p.m. setting up, and I left about 5:30. So that was several hours on my feet. I am getting to the point, I've turned into an old lady, and this is what I just have to admit, that I have turned into an old lady, and I don't know when that happened. And I don't want it to be a thing. I don't want to be the old lady that just sits on the couch. What this has shown me is I actually need to get out and do more, not less, because I am not as strong as I need to be. Because these days do wear me out, and I shouldn't be that worn out. But what I'm also finding is I can't do 12 hours on my feet. And I do need to do more in shorter spurts, because these 12-hour days, they really wear me out. In two 12-hour days just about kill me. However, I did wear the compression socks, and I did not get the leg cramps. So that was a key. No leg cramps. My legs are tired and regular sore, but I did not get the leg cramps all night long like I did before. And that was a major blessing. So also did not get to play with yarn much this week, but it was so fun. It was so fun when I would tell people that we were opening a yarn store there, and their eyes would light up, and they would just say, "Oh, we don't have a yarn store in the valley. I'm so excited. I can't wait to come see your stuff." And I had to tell them, now this is going to be a little bitty yarn store. We're only going to have a little bit of stuff. And then I told them that we were going to be doing a sit and visit, and I can't wait to come and do that. So I can really tell that there is a need. And that just made my heart sing. So I know I've made the right decision, even though it's just been a ton of work, just a ton of work. I think this is going to be, even if all this ends up being is having a few people get together on a regular basis out there, I think it's going to be the right decision. I'm happy. The website is just about ready. Getting much closer. We're to the point where I can start adding stuff to it now. You guys can peek at it. It's not great yet. And so I really, but we're getting there. It's much, much, much closer. And I'm going to put in an order next week for more yarn. So if there's anything you guys want me to get in, please tell me now, because I only get free shipping when I put in a certain amount. So I like to do it, in chunks. And I am going to put in an order next week. I know for sure I'm ordering some Anthem, because if you didn't know, Miss Dana and Dana, I'm going to get this wrong, so go ahead and slap my hand now. Dana is doing, let me see if I can look up
a baby.
What's the name of the facility? I can never remember, Dana, the name of the facility. She's doing I'm trying to find your, I'm trying to find Dana's video about the donations for, she's picking colors. Okay, quick live announcement. I'll show you here. I can show you the beautiful blanket. Isn't that stunningly gorgeous? Gorgeous blanket. That's the blanket that was chosen to make for it's a children's home. Of course, I can't remember the name of it. I can never remember the name of it. The Mountain State Children's Home. And the blanket is the Gumball Afghan by TL Yarn Crafts. And so we're asking folks to make that blanket. And she's got a free version. TL Yarn Crafts has a free version on her website. And we are sending them to the Mountain State Children's Home. I'm going to link this video. Actually, I don't know if I am, because it's a quick announcement that's an hour long. And I have not watched it because I was in the middle of something else. I'll bet you the first little bit of it is the announcement and the rest of it is a visit with Dana. So let's do that. I'm going to go ahead and link it so you guys can watch the first of it and get the information that you actually need. And what I'm doing, oh, thank you. Well, there you go. Dana's already done it. I'm behind the times. Nothing new. So what I'm doing is I'm putting together a kit. So you'll be able to order a yarn kit already put together with colors. It won't be those colors because that's a entirely different yarn. That is a wool blend yarn. It's a beautiful yarn from, I think, We Crochet. I could be wrong there as well. So I'm putting together a kit. It'll be different colors. It'll be kid-friendly yarn, acrylic, and you'll get a discount if you purchase this kit. You'll get a discount on the yarn price, of course. So I'm putting something together, and I'm going to try and get that yarn ordered up this coming week as well. So if there's anything that you're thinking that you guys would like to see, drop me a line so I can throw that in my order. If there's anything you want to order that I don't have in the store, which is a lot of stuff, let me know so I can get that ordered for you right away. Okay. Who got their block done this week? It's a beautiful block. Is anybody in here even working on that block? Or do I have any of my knitters in here? I know Dana is. Dana, you've already got this blanket finished, right? Dana's not a knitter. She's not a knitter. She's a gorgeous crocheter. Absolutely gorgeous. She crochets circles around me, let me tell you. But she's not a knitter. She doesn't speak Klingon. I cannot tell you. All right, Janice finished it. Nice. I can't tell you how many people I talked to yesterday that said they crochet. And it's so funny because I ask people, I go, do you play with yarn? And they go, yes, I crochet. And then they go, and I try to knit a little bit. It's so funny. But we love our crochet, don't we? We love our crochet. And everybody goes, knitting is so hard. And I go, the funny thing is crocheting is actually harder. It's much harder than knitting. But I don't know why we struggle so much with the knitting, but we do. So we got our block done this week, and we're going to do our block next week. And we're gonna muddle through this thing. I don't know. Next week's block looks really pretty now that I look at it. Purled ladder square. I think we're really gonna have to pay attention next week. This week we didn't have to pay attention much. We just had to keep track of our rows. Next week I think we're really gonna have to, and that's probably why I didn't mess it up. We just had to pay attention with our rows. I think next week we're gonna have to pay attention with our counts. Yeah, we're gonna have to pay attention with our counts. And our rows. But that's going to be fine. That is going to be fine. We can do it. We can do it. And then tonight at 6 o'clock is going to be with Miss Cheryl. And we're going to be working on our, what are we working on? We're working on our shawl. I'm going to need a nap today. We're going to work on our shawl. So we've got the Irish shawl. Raise your hand. Who's working on the Irish shawl? I'm going to make mine bigger. I'm going to add one more. I'm going to add one more thing to mine. One more of these, whatever these things are called. Skein. I'm going to add one more skein of yarn to mine. This is how much I had left out of my 4th skein. So it wasn't close. There was no yarn chicken. It was not close. And I'm going to add one more skein. I want to make mine just a little bit wider. But I wanted to show everybody what it looked like at 4. So I'm going to add one more to mine. Probably not probably be a few weeks. I want people to have a chance to see it with 3. Cheryl's making hers out of fingering weight, and boy, she had to chain. I almost said cast on. I know Dana's going to smack me. She chained like 350 chains. It's a lot. It's a lot. And it's slow going, peeps. It is slow going, but it's beautiful. And the yarn she's using is so pretty. It's working up beautiful. And then I got just that first 6 or 8 rows done, and I haven't touched the rest on hers, on the knit. It's been a busy week getting ready for the craft fair. And that's kind of it. What do you guys want to talk about? Dana, where are you going? Are you all caught up, Janice? Are you doing? I feel like I have to. Janice, can you hear me? Are you all caught up with this blanket? Are you muddling through? Are you enjoying it? Is anybody else enjoying it? I was so proud when I finished that, and I didn't make any. I think that's the first one where I did not make any mistakes. Yes, I have used Bravo worsted. I like Bravo worsted. Seems like I just used that for something. I grabbed it. I bought a whole bunch of colors. I was going to do a C2C, one of those truck blankets, and it had pumpkins or something in the back. And I bought a whole bunch of different colors for that. Dropping her trailer in Kingman. I have been there. And then bobtailing to Fontana to pick up a load for Albany. I don't know if I've been to Fontana. Have we been to Fontana?
I have.
You have. I don't know if I have.
Have you been to Disneyland?
I have.
Right there.
Okay. I have. There
The
you
Hells
go.
Angels have a club there close by. I know because I got in a gang fight there.
So you've got. Okay, but you're keeping up with them, Janice. I have them all blocked except the last, 3 now. And so at the end of this month, I'll do another group block. Oh, by the by, speaking of blocks, oh, you're moving. Oh, I do not envy you that. We moved. Actually, that was probably the least bad move of all when we moved into this place, because we had moved out of the other house and everything was already packed and in kind of in storage. And then we moved the boxes into this house. And then we were out on the road. So then when we got home, everything was already here. Then we just had to unpack. So we moved in chunks. We moved in phases. So we're still unpacking. And it's so funny because having just moved all that stuff into the motorhome, I feel like I just finished moving. It's funny. But I am enjoying my space in the motorhome. I feel like I've got a workshop. I feel like I've got a workspace, and it's so nice. But it's full of earring stuff right now. So now I have to tidy up and unpack all the craft stuff, figure out what I'm going to do. And I do have spots for it. It's got a space to live out there. And it's not coming. A little bit is coming in the house. There's a few things that'll come in the house, but most of it is staying out there. I'm so happy. Everybody is happy that all that stuff isn't going to be all over in the house. Everybody's happy. Trust me. Morgan's car. Let me tell you what's going on with the car. So last weekend, we had the class. I brought the equipment home. Thank the Lord. Morgan went to spend the night with her mom, and her car got stolen from her mom's house. She got up Sunday morning and her car was gone. And while she was talking to the police, while she was putting in her report, they were there. They got a call that a car like hers had been found. And they, checked out the license plate was still on the vehicle, so they could check, and it was her car. And so because it was Sunday, they towed it to a car lot, and we couldn't go look at it. So the next day they said it wasn't drivable. So so the next day, Monday, we went and looked at it. And let me show you these pictures. So this is it. I know these aren't going to be great pictures. Oh, what have I done? No, I don't want to send it to anybody. I want to make it big. There we go. So these are the pictures. They destroyed every single window.
Mirrors. Headlights.
Every single window. They smashed the front end.
Cut up the seats.
Smashed out the dashboard. Tore out the steering column. That's the rear window. Sideswiped something. The whole side of it smashed in. There's they basically just destroyed it for no reason. I mean, it's like I was saying, you can almost understand if somebody steals a car because they need a car, or they steal it for parts, but to just destroy it, I mean, why? What's the point? So she's been dealing with that all week. And she had just literally the beginning of the month, she had just bought tires for it. And, it's the first time she's bought a car. And, oh, well, let me tell you. It's what kind of car is it?
Kia.
Soul. It's a Kia Soul. And apparently These cars are so easy to steal. There are YouTube videos about how to steal this car. And all you have to have is a USB cable. It's that easy. And in fact, the USB cable was still hanging from the steering column when they found it. It was running. It was still hanging. It was hanging there, and the engine was still running. These cars are so easy to steal. Most insurance companies won't cover them. So beware, you guys. Beware. Yeah. This is all it takes to steal them. It's one of these things. You just hook it up, boom.
It makes a key.
And then so we've been dealing with the insurance company all week, and of course she's getting jerked around with them. And we thought she was going to come out okay, and then at the last second they go, "Oh, we made a mistake. We're not going to give you that much money after all." So, but it'll be okay. It'll be okay. So we've been dealing with that. And thankfully her work is only about 10 minutes away from the house. And, you know, it is what it is. It'll work out. It'll work out. So having said that, I got to get my car emptied out so that she can get to work today. We got to load everything into the motorhome, and I'm going to clean out all those containers and go through everything. The other thing I have to do now is take nearly 1,000 pairs of earrings to the shop. It was a Kia Soul. So I've taken almost 1,000 pairs of earrings to the shop and start taking pictures of every one of them and upload them to the website. And so be watching for the insurance companies, right? Yeah, they lie for a living. Not just trucking company recruiters, all recruiters. Be watching for the Instagram, and the Instagram, that was fun too. So the Instagram page for the business got blocked. They took it down because I had put up inappropriate postings. Really? I put up 2 pictures of earrings and pictures of yarn. So we had to fight with them. We spent 3 days fighting with that, but we finally got that fixed. So that was fun. But as I take these pictures of different things and different things that are coming in, we'll post them there as well. So you can go in and look at the new things that are becoming available. Will be showing on there as well. And when you guys go in and look at that stuff and heart those things on Instagram and on Facebook, it helps, the algorithm, it helps show that stuff out to other people. Plus, then you get to see what's coming in. I can't think. So it's going to be super busy. So tonight at 6:00, we will be with Cheryl working on the make-along. And I'm going to show you the next step, which is the iris stitch, which there's one little tricky part about that. And other than that, it's easy peasy. I just want to make sure that it doesn't get lost in the shuffle. And then whatever Cheryl's going to show us on the knit version, which I have no idea. And she is suggesting, and I agree, that we practice the new stitches on, practice before we put it on our actual project, which really makes a lot of sense to practice something on a piece this big before we practice something on a piece this big. And almost swatch size when we're learning any new process. So if you did the cast on chunk, which was super easy, but when you do the cast on chunk, in the next chunk, you're learning how to do it's either an increase or decrease. Actually, it's probably both, because you're going to increase on the ends and you're going to decrease. I don't remember. I think there's an increase and a decrease. I haven't touched it. You're going to do that on a swatch piece and then do it on the project. So if you mess it up, you don't have to tear it out on there. Because I'll tell you what, tearing out in knit isn't as easy as tearing out in crochet. Not at all. And I'd rather do that on a practice piece than on a real piece. So that's what tonight is. So come over and visit and play and chit chat. I know what I was going to say. Dana has also come up with, and I'm going to get it wrong, hashtag my elfin block exchange. Am I close? Because we just finished the spring square shop. So now we're working on a Christmas one. And I think there's a video coming out about that. But if you want to play, it's filling up fast, people. Send Dana an email if you want to get in on the Christmas block exchange. We're going to do 40 blocks. Is that right? 40 blocks? That sounds like a lot. I think that's right. What have I got myself into? I don't even like making blocks. 40 blocks, 20 and 20. Yeah, 40 blocks, 8 inches square. All the other rules are the same as the other one. I've already picked out my yarn. I'm doing 20 of one style, 20 of another style, whatever your idea of Christmas colors are. My elfin Christmas square, something like that. Watch Dana. She'll give you all the deets. But I know that they're filling up quick. So go send her an email. Dana's Wanderlust Crochet. I should just have this written down right in front of me, because I'm always telling people to send you an email for something or other. I'll bet you that it's right here at the bottom of your da-da-da. Dana's, nope, not that. Dana's Wanderlust Crochet. What's your email? I hate that they've changed this. There's that. No. It's not in your description box, Dana. You need to put it in your description box. Oh, here it is. Ah, look. There's an email. Okay, share, copy, go here. There we go. Paste there. Okay, there's the video. She's got a video. She's so organized. Unlike some people we know. I feel like I am just off the rails today. Even my brain feels like it's full of cotton candy. I feel like I'm going like this to find what I'm trying to do. It went up on Monday? Last Monday? Really? It's been a busy week. I don't think I've watched any videos all week. I wasn't even entirely sure I had posted my Finish It Friday. I did, though. I think it was late. Is that the one that was late? There was one that was late. I did everything and I forgot to hit the button to post. Yeah, that's me. Okay, you guys. I have got, it's going to be another busy day. You guys have a fantastic Mother's Day. If you are a mother, enjoy. If you have a mother, spread some love. If your mama's gone, like mine is, enjoy some memories. If none of those things apply, give your puppy a hug. Give your kitty a hug. Give somebody a hug. Somebody needs a hug. I can guarantee today somebody needs a hug. I will see you guys tonight at 6 o'clock. Even if you're not playing along, come and visit. Miss Cheryl will be with us. Hopefully she's sleeping because I know she's a mama. So I'm sure she's sleeping so she can spend some time with her family at a reasonable hour. Actually, let me think a minute. It was yesterday. Yesterday was when she's on with us tonight. It will be Monday. So, and I don't even know if they do. It might be an American thing. So they may not even be doing Mother's Day. I forget that sort of stuff. So anyway, go give somebody or some critter a hug, and we'll talk to you guys tonight. Hopefully I will have had a nap and I will be a little more conscious by then. So don't forget, let's see your squares. And next week we're doing whatever I said we were doing. I'm kind of excited. This one looks interesting. The Purled Ladder Square. And mine's going to be in red. I like working with my red yarn. It works up nice. See you guys later. Toodles. Bye-bye.